In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a drawstring bag. For this project, you're going to need a stretch of fabric, some pieces of fabric for the casing for the drawstring, and then you will need strings for the bag, and then cutting tools and pins. So let's take the measurement. For this project, I am using an 11.5 inches by 5.5 inch piece of fabric. This is subjective, you can use whatever you want. For the encasing, 1.5 by 4.5. remember that this is subjective, you can make this bigger or smaller than you want. So let's get sewing. The first thing I'm going to do is to fold the wrong sides of this fabric casing together, and the sewing allowance here is really about 1 cm. Fold it 2 times and just sew that down. We're going to do that for both sides of the fabric. Now that I'm done sewing, right now we're going to fold this fabric and then pin it to the right side of the bag piece of the fabric. Remember that this is going to be the casing for the drawstring, and because this will be a small drawstring bag, that is why my casing looks as small as this. So you're going to pin them to the middle. I'm eyeballing this right now. Just look for the middle, place it right sides, facing right sides, and then pin it down and sew. You start by back stitching at the beginning and then back stitch at the end. So the next thing you're going to do is hold both ends of the fabric right side facing each other, and then stitch down the sides. Make sure that you do not stitch down the edges of the casing for the strings. Then you're going to trim down the seam allowance after you're done stitching both sides down. So when you're done, you're just going to turn the fabric over to the right side, turn the fabric inside out, and just shimmy the edges to get them as close to 90 degrees as possible. And that's basically it, you're done. So the next thing you do, most people will probably finish off the edges of the inside with a serger, but I'm not going to do that for this tutorial. And the next thing you'll probably do here is to press this just to get it as straight as possible. So you take the strings, and then I'm going to cut the string to get the desired length that I want, and I'm going to use this loop turner to pass it through the holes that are left for the string casing that we sewed. And then when I have my desired length, I'll tie off the edge. Tied it off twice just so that the edge will be prominent. Then I'm going to take the second piece of string, put it in my loop turner, and then pass it through the casings again. And then when one side comes out, I'll pass it through the opening of the second casing. Once again, I'm going to tie off the ends of this rope. Yeah, so basically that's it, we're done. This is your very simple drawstring bag. You can make this in any size. This is just a very small one I use for this demonstration.